You know, we're doing our best, so. And it
We
seems
are.
like it's fine enough. Like, we have a pretty big ally set up in Europe here. We should oh, speaking of setup, I should probably get railroads built out more. Like, let's see. Level 5. I guess from Riga is maybe the best place to do it? Sure. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you another question here since we've got a bit of downtime. I'm
Let's
curious
hear it.
what your like top 3 games are. Like what video games do you like the most?
Oh, probably. It's gonna be a shocker, but Hearts of Iron is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, that
Uh,
that makes sense. That tracks even, I'd say.
yeah. No Man's Sky is probably my other one.
Makes sense. You
Um,
got a real big penchant for science, and that kind of scratches that itch.
Dude, especially with the new update, um, where you can build a Corvette and you can like have multiple people on your ship. You can walk around. Like, there's these really funny ships. People like they create a ship and it says like free candy or
Oh,
something on that, and people wander into their ship and they take off and they essentially kidnap
oh, they impress
people.
them. Nice.
Yeah, literally. And I mean, you can hop out of their ship and call your own, but it's still kind of fun just to like kidnap people randomly. Um, let's see. So No Man's Sky. Oh, and then the next one. This is hard because I like so many games. Um, fuck. Like I don't just want to be generic and say Skyrim, but let me. Fuck. I have to actually look at my Steam list. Remember. Um, Probably. Fuck. That's hard. You know what? Until I can think of anything else. Oh, Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah, yeah,
That
that game is crazy. I tried that one, but it's a little too big brain for me.
I have done some crazy shit in that game, and I would love to show like that's a game that if KSP2 had actually gone through, I would be like asking you, like I would have bought you a copy so we could play together. But because of all the shit that happened with that, and oh, I'm so mad because that was so promising.
And
Um,
take it the company fell through or something.
yeah, no, so apparently I think that they were in really bad financial, like in some kind of really bad financial situation, and they weren't telling people up front about it, and they were promising huge things like day one. And then other things that they weren't promising, they were giving really vague timelines on. Um, and it just, like, literally out of nowhere, the company shut down.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't tell anybody anything. Like, they literally, like, they said, hey, we're going to have an update, and gone.
Ooh,
Uh,
that's tough.
so it like literally on and then the thing that really gets me is like a couple months ago after the game has been gone for like almost a year and a half at this point, I think. um some company, like I think it's this company, released plushies. They're like, hey, please buy our KSP plushies. No other updates, no nothing whatever. And it's just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh,
So those are like, there's probably some other game. Like I love Satisfactory. I love Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. That was a fun game. Um, but so yeah, there's all sorts of other stuff. What do you like, my friend?
so as far as top 3 games for me is concerned, I mean, there's a lot of games I like too, but like just right off the top of my head, probably like Scooby Doo Night of 100 Frights for the PS2/Xbox. Came out in 2002. It's like a Metroidvania with a collectathon kind of thrown in.
You have reminded me. But please continue. I will. Thank
That
you.
game is really fun. Ninja Gaiden 2 for the 360 is definitely one of my favorites. I can't get enough of that game. The gore in it is excellent. Like, you can chop people's limbs off, and when you do, you can insta kill them. So it's really rewarding to do though. And then as far as number 3 is concerned, probably like XCOM 2. I think that game's really cool. If you haven't played it yet, I know it'd be up your alley as well.
I really need to play it. It does seem like a really good game.
Because it's from the perspective of having already lost the war against the aliens. Okay. So it's like you play as a resistance group.
That does sound like that could be pretty fun.
Okay, so yeah, we're just bing chilling basically while we wait for shit to make and go through.
Oh, you reminded me, Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah, I played Going Commando. If you ever played that one.
Yes, I played all of them on the PS2 that came out for the PS2. I played Marauders. If anybody out there played that one, Ratchet and Clank Marauders is my favorite game. I think about that game regularly. Just, it was different for Ratchet and Clank, but it was, yeah, Going Commando was a good one.
Mm-hmm. I could see why it would piss some people off, though, because, like, there's a lot of grinding in it. And then, like, when you get to the snowman area, it's really tough, like, with the Yeti.
That was, if I'm remembering correctly, that was, like, the most grindy of all of them. Like, they tried a bunch of stuff in that, and I think that was the game that took me the longest to finish.
Oh yeah, it took me years to beat that game, I'm pretty sure.
Now, like Marauders, which was the last one on the PS2, that one was like, you get set in this battle arena. So there was a whole bunch of different weapons. Your weapons would upgrade as time went on, and you had kind of like this prestige weapon system that was kind of cool. But there's all sorts of stuff. You had these little robotic companions that you could. You had Clank in addition to normal robotic companions that would like shoot and do various different things to help you out.
Okay. What's a game that you'd like to see come out, but isn't already announced?
So like a sequel to something?
Oh, maybe. Or it could be an original idea if that's something you have.
I would like, if anybody has ever read the books, The Lost Fleet. It's a wonderful series where they talk about, it's a scientific series where you have to understand a little bit about like physics and whatnot in order for it to really kind of like be super. But they talk about how like in a future world, spaceships don't move like they do in Star Wars and like Star Trek, like where they're just sitting. There's a moment of contact where ships come into range with each other, where they're moving at fractions of the speed of light, and they have to slow down to certain engagement range or a certain engagement speed or relative engagement speed because their computers can only calculate for certain relativistic distortions, which is a real thing that happens as you get closer to light speed. So they're dealing with that. They're reacting to their enemy as their enemies are making decisions at light speed, which is sometimes hours, sometimes days. It's hard for me to explain, but it's just a lot of like, I want to see real world physics in certain games, but like, how do you actually model that? And it would be really, really hard to model that. Fuck me. What? I'll try and think of something else. What about you?
So, before I answer myself, I was thinking, have I ever tried to show you Legend of the Galactic Heroes?
No.
It's an anime. If you got some time after the recording session, I would like you to see the first episode of that because I think you'd get a real kick out of it. It's Space Wars, but it's like Space USA versus Space Germany, more accurately Space Prussia. And
Okay.
they have tens of thousands of ships at a time. And like there's so many of them they fill up the area of space. So like that's why they fight in a like a horizontal plane. There are vertical engagements, but more often than not they've filled up the entire space. There's so many goddamn ships.
Okay.
And I think you might get a kick out of that.
Send me the name of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I will get that to you in a bit.
Just let me see.
Or actually, I can do it on my phone right now. That works.
Yeah, just text it to me.
As
Or
far
send
as
it
a game I would like to see, um, hmm, it's a lot. It's kind of funny because I'm of the opinion that most games made nowadays are kind of bad. So
I
I
agree.
kind of don't want to see them. So like Victoria 3, for example, was one that I was kind of excited about for a long time, and that ended up not being very good from the looks of it.
Yeah, didn't that I haven't heard anything good about it.
No, yeah. So I still just play Victoria 2.
Let's see what else.
Um, I'm sending you that information right now. There you go. I'd love to see. I kind of wish we got Mercenaries 3, and that company
Yes.
didn't get just destroyed by EA's mismanagement, which is really unfortunate. Pandemic was a really cool company. They made Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, Star Wars The Clone Wars, Mercenaries 1 and 2, Destroy All Humans. Bunch of cool stuff, but yeah, there's the fate of a double A developer is really perilous in the video game industry. So you can't really guarantee that you're gonna survive if you make good games. Like, dude, you know what happened with Rare, right? The people who made GoldenEye.
I do not.
They got bought by Xbox and then proceeded to do nothing with them and made them like they made them make Kinect games.
Dude.
That's
What the
torture.
fuck?
That's torture.
Like there had to have been some greater reason than just because.
Economic mismanagement is like Microsoft's thing, though. You got to admit, they're so fond of it.
God, they have so many cool projects that just they could go somewhere, but they just don't. Like HoloLens would have been so cool. It's just not quite there yet.
Hmm. Well, they love buying game studios and then just never making games with them. That's their favorite meme. Although
I guess I
they went the reverse with Call of Duty and they're fucking it up even worse than Activision was. So
God, I used to play Black Ops 6 and the second that I saw Joe Rogan come on my screen, I was like, nope, I can't do this.
dude, it's gotten ridiculous. Like there's a clip I keep seeing thrown around where the dude is playing as the Terminator. Or no, the dude he kills as the Terminator. He's killed by Beavis and Butthead, well, Cornholio kicking him in the nuts. And then the dude who called in Cornholio was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I think I've seen what you're. Yeah, that is that kind of thing. Just it happens. It happened too much, and I was like, ah, like I understand if like there's that guy with the Terminator skin that you had to work your ass off to get, but like, no, you just gotta buy it.
Did you see who declared war on who just now?
I did not.
Spain declared war on the German Republic.
Ah,
Why?
they're 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 not. Neither of them are in the Allies.
All right, now this focus right here might be my pick for strongest focus in the fucking game. Found the Comic-Con, or the Comic-Con. This shit is crazy. We're gonna basically steal the entirety of the industry of all of our puppets.
Without them being able to get loose.
Yeah. So, that's pretty exciting.
That is pretty awesome. Let's see.
Oh, I keep forgetting to research modern tanks. That's not really that smart.
How are super heavy battleships?
They're like Battleship 4s, but earlier.
Okay,
So largely superfluous.
Yeah.
At this point, at least. As far as we're like concerned, I don't even think we're gonna have time to get ICBMs at this point.
No.
Just because the fact that we have Mexico on our faction means that we can just invade through there.
We just have to have enough troops.
I mean, Mexico even has a kind of decent amount on the border.
I guess, well, comparing it to the U.S., we're at a...
Oh, no, definitely nothing like the U.S. Like, they're stacking fucking 100 units on Mexico's border. I don't really blame them either, because they have the foresight to see what we're gonna do to them.
Speaking of which, do we want to set up paradrops or
if you would like to, paradrops in I don't know, like Yugoslavia, I guess would be kind of useful. Maybe Greece. I don't know. Like a naval invasion of Britain is probably a good starting point.
Sounds like a plan.
And then definitely maybe put your boys on the Denmark border. I'll let you deal with them since they got the they got to slip away this time. Fucking bastards.
They're like, we're back.
Ooh. Mao Zedong proclaims a one China strategy. Meanwhile, he is not in control of contiguous territory and in the faction with China. But, you know, that's cool. Good for them.
Should we give Mao any guns? When that goes
do we
up?
have guns to give them? Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Sure. I don't see why not. One thing I really don't like is when China takes parts of mainland Japan without puppeting them. Like, what the fuck is this?
Because that would not have happened. Well, I guess I don't know what would have happened.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Like, how is China going to enforce that? It's not like they had a navy to get over there.
Wouldn't that be funny if the Chinese stole the Japanese navy?
I mean, it would certainly give them some advantage. Although the Chinese haven't had a very good naval history as of lately, like the last 150 years or so. Admittedly, the Chinese navy was quite strong before that period, though. Like, junks were pretty good ships.
Didn't they just, like, wasn't there a Chinese emperor that just was like, no, and got rid of all their ships?
Well, I know that, I think his name was Zheng He, the Chinese sailor who, like, sailed all the way to Africa. He got written out of their history because they wanted to stop spending so much money on the navy.
Which just, could you imagine what human society would look like if China had continued?
And not stagnated?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, what would happen if perhaps they hadn't been taken over by the Mongols and the Qing? Who knows? Maybe they would have collapsed because of overpopulation, or maybe they would have had their own industrial revolution a bit earlier.
What do you think it was that set the UK up for their... Because what country would you say was the first to industrialize?
It depends on how you look at it. Like, the Romans had a steam engine, but it was like a trinket that they played with.
Yeah, they didn't see it as anything more than just hey, we're gonna have this very expensive bottle.
And not only that, but the fucking Incans had wheels that they viewed as trinkets.
They're like, wheels. What do we use this for?
Britain is a pretty unique scenario because they had a very rigorous scientific method set up, along with a Protestant work ethic, which meant people were working all the fucking time for no reason, essentially. So it had a confluence of factors that made it possible for them to industrialize the way they did. I mean, they're also in competition with a lot of different states as well, whereas China doesn't really have the reason to innovate as much because they're just already monolithic and they consider themselves like the sun of the solar system around them.
Yeah, I guess that was kind of or is the principle of certain Chinese philosophies.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least the Western understanding of certain Chinese philosophies.
Yeah, I probably have it wrong, but that's not something that's very well understood in the West. I mean, Spain, if they hadn't thrown away all of their wealth, but being by having the Habsburgs in charge and like invading France over and over again, they probably could have done something crazy. Like if they had turned that towards scientific investment instead.
Now, wouldn't that have been cool if Spain had just like actually done something with themselves?
Well, I mean, they did colonize like a lot of the world, like all of Latin America minus Brazil and Central America and the
Yes,
Philippines. So that's a pretty large amount. Like they definitely have a big presence.
Who speaks Spanish these days anyway? No, that is a good point. Like, I wonder if the U.S. will have any kind of like what the lasting um, implications of the U.S. or the lasting like what will the pizzazz of the U.S. be as time goes on? Like, will we?
It's hard to say. Probably consumerism.
Yeah,
I mean,
I could
that's
see
that's
that.
the number one thing. That and like constitutional democracy, but imperial democracy.
Yeah,
Because the U.S. is very much about keeping things like, oh, we believe in the freedom of other countries as long as you vote for U.S. interests.
as long as your interests align with ours.
It specifically what I'm referring to in that case is like the CIA's treatment of South and Central America from like World War II onward, and then before that, it's just the military's direct involvement with like gunboat diplomacy. There's a really good lecture by Noam Chomsky on U.S. Latin American involvement on YouTube that you can check out. That's like an hour, 30 minutes, something like that. I
Okay.
highly recommend it for anyone interested in learning about the history there.
I know that we have fucked around a lot in Latin America.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just to put it,
I did once hear how Mexico avoided it was just because they kept electing pro-U.S. officials over and over again. They like not solving the problems in their country, but so at least they don't have the problem of America invading again.
you know, I could see that and it's pretty much worked at least for the most part.
I mean, apart
Kept
from
us.
like the massive amount of cartel influence and like extreme political corruption that Mexico faces. Although they did oust the party finally after like 50, 60 years of one party rule. They elected, I think, socialists instead, and they've been in charge since.
Okay.
Like,
I really don't know that much about the actual like politics of Mexico. I'll be frank.
I took a class in university that was the history of Mexico, and that was extremely informative. Are you here, or did you say you were going to be back? I didn't quite catch that.
Sorry, I had to go run and go grab my dog. She's
Why don't we go ahead and finish this focus, and then we'll call it for today's session.
That works for me.
I think we've done quite a lot so far. So yeah, it's for anyone who's made it this far viewing, definitely thanks a bunch. We've really enjoyed bringing this to you.
Dude, yeah. I've had fun.
Hearts of Iron's really cool. I'm a big fan. If there are scenarios you want us to try out, by all means let us know. We're not against doing 1v1s. We're not against playing on the same faction, or maybe like even just random people on different factions. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a fight to the death between the two of us. We could just be like, I'm Hungary on the Axis, you're France on the Allies, kind of thing.
We've done our own things in the past as well, like well before you started doing YouTube, and I know that I certainly would be all those fuckers.
What happened?
Mexico left the faction.
Oh, bastards.
After we invested all that money in Mexican ports.
I mean, it's not that big a deal. It means we can invade them easier later.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Any custom scenarios or stuff like that, like.
Yeah, if you want to see alt history or maybe even a mod, we could probably do it.
That was my dog saying yes.
So, like, I know the Old World Blues mod is pretty popular. I'd certainly be fond of doing, like, an Enclave run with you where we reunite the United States. That's pretty funny.
Oh, that certainly could be fun. I've never actually done an Enclave run, or, like, I've just fucked around with Old Blues.
Are you paused because you're building a battleship, I take it?
Oh, no, I paused because Mexico left the faction, but...
oh, okay.
You're rolling.
Gotcha.
It's like, those rat bastards.
Oh, and if there's other Paradox games you want us to try, which ones do you have, Zombie, just so I have an idea of what we're working with?
This is it, but
Law?
I'd be willing to look into others in the future. I do have Civ. We've also done Company of Heroes.
Civ 5 could be fun. Company Heroes, I can pretty much guarantee you wouldn't work because my CPU it screams at me whenever I play it without recording. So I can only imagine what it would be like recording that game.
Eventually we can do that.
Yeah, if I ever get my computer upgraded, then that could potentially happen. But Civ 5 could definitely be fun. I think we could get a lot of mileage out of that.
Oh, dude, Civ 5, Civ 6.
Civ 6
I'm sure
takes a very long time to load for me. That's the only issue.
Okay.
EU4 would be really fun to play, but I don't... You already said that you didn't have that one, so it's... What the fuck is going on here?
Spain has decided it's time to...
The state of Japan... Spain. America left Japan and fucking Okinawa. They're democratic, but...
So democratic Spain is on an anti-fascist crusade
against democracies.
Against democratic Japan in Okinawa.
And Germany.
And democratic Germany in Wilhelmshaven.
They're off their fucking rocker, man. This is what we get for helping them?
We're gonna have to go teach them a lesson.
I think so.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna care when we go beat them up.
We'll be paving through some well-tread roads, I'll put it that way.
Dude. No more conquest or whatever the Spanish Civil War debuffs are. Alrighty, my friend. Is there anything else that we need?
We're just waiting a couple days for Comic-Con. 4 days.
Oh, sounds like a plan.
And then we'll have it.
Okay.
Death to America. Fuck the Allies. They suck. Comet Turn is the best faction. Basically. I think that about sums it up.
Yeah, that sums it up. You right. Death to America. Uh, you did the best thing to say these days.
In Hearts of Iron 4.
In, in oh my god.
Specifically Hearts of Iron 4.
Yeah,
American Pig Dog.
specifically Hearts of Iron 4.
Yep,
But
specifically Hearts of Iron 4. And there we
there
go.
we go.
Perfect. That's our cue for ending the episode. Thanks so much
We
for
bet
watching. Thanks for joining me, Zombie.
anytime, my friend. I gotta get out of here before the CIA breaks down my door.
Yeah, if you guys like the content, consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, have a good one.